And so we are back. And yes, it has been a while. I will not play that Stained song. Do not ask. Fuck Stained. Composure. I'll agree with you now. Okay. I wanted to jump on here to make this one video. There's my walk in the background. It never ever gets used, but there it is. Concerning the sale of Time Warner and Discovery, the WBD merger, which, according to the Forbes article I just read, it looks like Skydance, Paramount, are in the lead for that. The two just like behind them in this is Netflix, which is my personal, that's who I want to get it. But the next best thing is also going to be Comcast, which is Universal. Interestingly enough, each bidder, should they win, it will affect not just the streaming market, but the home entertainment market as far as cable channels go, as far as like broadcast television goes. Each one affects it in a different way. I'm personally pulling for Netflix simply because Netflix, as of the time of recording, which is December 1st, the day, which is also the day that the sale should be either finalized or retracted, depending on how things go. I guess we'll wake up tomorrow to hear the news, and when I know something for sure, I'll be sure to record a video and drop it and let you know what's going on. But my worry with Skydance and Paramount is the political connections, because the head of Skydance, the guy behind the payroll, the one with Ellis, the one with the deep money, deep pockets, is looked upon favorably by the current administration. And it's an administration I cannot stand. I don't agree with any of their policies. I think they are genuinely fascists. And that brings up the biggest question of what kind of future does DC Comics and the DCU under James Gunn, what kind of future is that? What are we looking at with that? If this is the sale that goes through, what happens? Because comics are a social platform. They're a political platform. They always have been. And we have seen, especially under James Gunn, how he feels about that. Regardless if he meant to make Superman or Peacemaker season 1 and 2 political, they are political and they are social. And they are clearly against right-wing fascism. They are against totalitarian fascism. They're against white supremacy. Obviously, this is true. You've seen any of that? It's plain as day. It's like, looking out the sky and seeing the sun. It's plain as day. So what does that mean? What does that mean for a company that is, or in a, not just a company, but for an art and entertainment standpoint that has always been left, liberal, inclusive, openly against fascism? What does that mean if they are now under the banner of a fascist run company? What does that mean for anything? That's why I am secretly hoping that either Netflix, I know the big difference with it, that Paramount, Skydance, they want the whole shebang. They want Warner Brothers, they want Discovery, they want all the streaming show. They want everything. They want the package deal. Whereas Netflix, and kind of sort of Comcast and Universal, but Netflix wants the rights to the streaming deals. They don't want Discovery. They don't want Discovery Channel. They just want Warner Brothers. They want the streaming that Warner Brothers can bring and the characters and the IPs from that. So it is who's willing to pay more and what deal is more appealing. Or, counter argument, is Warner Brothers and WBD and Zaslav, are they just doing this to get their numbers, their money interest up? Are they doing this to make themselves appear more favorable, appear as a bigger commodity? That's the question, and I'm assuming we should know this. Maybe not by tomorrow, hopefully by the end of the week, but we will see. And like I said, once I know something, you'll know something. Thank you and have a lovely day.